And then we try to get to the place of almost giving up. And at the same time, then we start to hear the most deadliest experience from the enemies, giving us the lie of the moment. Quit now. When the weight becomes too heavy and the road looks too far, and your energy is sapping and you're getting tired, then you hear the most deadliest that can ever be spoken by your enemy, urging you, why not quit? And the title of this message is Don't Quit Now. Don't quit now. What could be the reasons why so many things are happening to you? For somebody, it may be family problems, crisis in the family. Some people might be relationship difficulties. Maybe it's a financial setback, or your weariness in the spirit. I want to say to that person today, by the authority in the word of the Lord, don't quit. It's not by my just saying and blabbing. By the authority in the word of the Lord, you cannot quit. You are not made to quit. There is the song that says, we prayed that during the anointing service. And Brother Bolaji surprised me because he pulled the complete version. He said, don't quit now. The one that quits, the one that give up loses. So hold on. And I said, don't give up. Because the battle is not over. Don't give up. Now, the advice will not come to you not to give up if everything within you is not already pushing you to want to give up. He doesn't speak for nothing. He doesn't speak out of context. He speaks to specific situation. He speaks to the purpose that you say, whoa, how come you? Because he knows you and he knows you are about to cut it off. Now, it is not anything strange. Even the strongest of us goes through situation of almost quitting. Elijah. He got so exhausted. He told God to please take his life. And he added that I'm not better than my fathers, because he thought he was going to go all the way, but he got himself at this point. Oh, please take my life now. I'm not better than my fathers. He was exhausted. He was ready to go. A mighty man with signs and wonders. He got to a point. He was overwhelmed, exhausted, and weary. And you know what the Lord did? The Lord did not, and this is just in the book of, let me put the book, 1 Kings 19 verse 4, if you want to put it down there. He sat under the broom tree and said, Lord, please take my life now. I am not better than my... You see, before you before you quit, you already done it inside of you. They were talking to one man that is one of the chief tattoo men that used to engrave tattoo. And they went and he was saying with his little, the Chinese appearance, he said, before tattoo in body, tattoo in the mind. You don't think of, you don't just quit if you've not already been thinking about it. You don't end your life if you've not been to suicidal attempt. If you're already there, you're already done it, and then you're just going into it in action because it's already concluded. Don't give up. Again, I say, don't give up. For the one that give up loses, so hold on. I'm just remembering the song now. So he was weary, he was tired. And he said to the Lord, take me. And you know what the Lord did? Lord did not rebuke him, chastise him, kick him to the curb. He was tired because everything to that point was by his physical and energy and ability. But there's a limit to how much energy of man's energy can take you in the things of God. He assigned you, and let him release strength into you. There's a way you get, there's a point at which you can't go further. It only says that you are man, you are a human being. You're operating in flesh and blood. And then if you go with me to Ephesians 3:16, the Lord decided to come and replenish Elijah. He sent angels to come and feed him, to strengthen him by God's own spirit in his inner mind. He now replenished him. He restored him. Because that in the whole journey, his energy stopped short at a point. And the Lord took over from where he left off. You know what happened after let me read it so you know. It's Ephesians 3:16. I asked out of the riches of his glory, that he may strengthen you with power through his spirit in your inner being. He was tired, he was ready to die. And the Lord sent his angels to strengthen him, to nourish him, to replenish his strength back. And when he did, you know what he did? He was able to get up in the strength of that restoration. He was able to work for 40 days and 40 nights non-stop. So when you think you are tired by your own physical might and strength, God is saying there's still a lot more for you to do. And he will not strengthen. You need to express. She was saying a short while ago that if you go approach God and be real with God, and be bold to be able to say some things. I do have some members here. They are different one from another. But there's one that will come and confront me with style. He'll be saying it like it's not confrontational, but he'll be saying it, but it's confrontational. But the way they carry it is like almost and they will say certain things, and I will stop short. I say, okay, I got it. But some will just say, but yeah, you come. Either way they say it, I hear. But you need to be able to come, otherwise you will be carrying what you shouldn't be carrying. The ones that will point finger at me, those one already left, because they said to me, if you release this record of offering, I will leave the church. I said, the door is open. Because the approach was wrong. And you can't come point finger at me that you dare not release the offering number. I said, who are you? I will release. But regardless of what, you need to say it, you need to be confident, and you need to know how to approach. You see? So he approached God, and he showed God that he's weak, he's tired, he's ready to go. He's packing up. He said, your Lord, finish me up. And God said, okay, where your energy stops, my strength will pick up. And then the Lord asked the angel to come and feed him. He fed him and they gave him water. He went back again, said, hey, feed again and drink water because the journey is long. I think the 40 days and 40 nights in terms of energy surpass all that he's been able to do all his life. Don't give up. There's a lot more ahead of you. If you give up, you lose. It is not. He went for 40 days and 40 nights until he got to Mount Horeb. What is it that you are about to quit from? Are you trying to quit for a divine call? Is the ministry the Lord has placed in your hand, even as the overhead or supporting ministry, is it becoming so unappreciated that you say, no, you just want to quit? Are you thinking of quitting on your marriage? You will not want to quit if you don't have some justifiable reasons. But if you say, when people say, look, you know what? I've done enough. I've done enough. I think I should call it quit. That is your flesh talking to you. But let me tell you another thing that can talk to you. Your close friends can say, I know you've tried a lot. That's your friend. The closest friend to Job, the wife, said, at this point, won't you just curse this God? Because why are you holding to so innocent? Curse him and give up. Don't give up. Again, I say, never give up. The one who give up loses. So hold on. Can you hear that song drumming in your ears now? Are you about to give up on the journey of faith? The more you do, the more accusations. They levy the accusation against you, even for what you didn't do. Is that what you want to give up from? The business never kick off. I keep circulating around. Maybe let me call it off. An apostle visited me yesterday. For the past 2 days, I've been staying with Rebecca. We've been staying with Rebecca because our house was like 100% oven. The central AC packed up, and they sent to buy the missing parts, American Home Shield, and I'm still fighting them. When are they going to come reinstall it? But so in that short 2 days, 2 people came to visit me, and I diverted them to Becky's place. But this apostle came and said, I was asking him about the wife and the business, and he said to me that the daycare that the wife said she didn't want to start, they've already started the daycare, and they've already opened the second branch. And I said, well, how about her restaurant? Because she studied culinary art, and I talk to her from time to time, and she loved to cook. He said, well, I told my wife that we should go look into real estate, but my wife said, God forbid, I'm going to do restaurant. And they did restaurant in a white neighborhood, very, very high-end place. And he said, people come. The food was good, but it didn't survive 2 years. They didn't just close, they sold everything, they just left it. And the wife said, now let's go to black neighborhood. Where people say they went to the black neighborhood, they they bought some other things, and they started it. And they started to take money from the daycare to pay staff in the restaurant. I said, no. God said, real estate. Now, this is the point. They're about to leave the restaurant, and they gave it to another person. It's been about 3 months now, and those people are making serious money. They that started it from scratch, they couldn't break through, and those people are making serious money because that is not what she's supposed to do. There are 4 types of soil, ground. There is the rocky one, there is the one in the thorns, there is the one by the wayside, there is the good one. You will surely reap a harvest if you do not fail, but where are you sowing your seed? You definitely must reap a harvest. So this is a time where you need to, you see, God never stopped talking, only if we will be able to progress and break through with God's thing if we learn how to listen. He never stopped talking. He never stopped guiding. He never stopped rescuing and delivering you. But are you hearing him? A lot of times people can't go to God and say, why is this not working? Because he never assigned you to do it in the first place. A lot of people will say that I do not understand. Because you see, I said to you now, when God connects you to hear, regardless of wherever you go, here is your place of prosperity. He said to Isaac, he said, don't go to Egypt. Stay in this desert land, and I will bless you. And where he stayed, the Bible says he made a lot of money. Can you hear God? No, I'm asking, can you hear God? Apart from what you are saying to me, they say, the Lord told me, and I'll be looking at you. When anybody say the Lord told me, God forbid for me to say anything contrary. If that is God, what God tells you, let it be you and God. No pastor will come and tell you, even if we have some, I leave you. Once you say God, I'm not touching it. Because if it's God, it must happen, isn't it? When you start thinking about quitting, these are a couple of things that you're about to start to do. When you start thinking about quitting, you start to risk missing breakthrough miracles. When you start thinking about quitting, you stand to risk breakthrough miracles. Because you won't start wanting to quit if it is not the hardest moment of your trial. But the darkest moment is just before dawn. And when you start to want to break, you just miss, you circumvent the breakthrough miracles. The moment you start to want to quit. And then the second thing here, you sabotage future generations. What happened to Elijah's parents and the fathers and the one before and the one before? They quit before their miracles. And so there is no precedent for Elijah to work on. I'm not better than my fathers. And when you start to want to quit, you're ready to sabotage future generation. And then when you want to start to quit, you are now trading divine purpose for temporary relief. I am not a quitter. For the sake of generation yet unborn, I will not quit today. I will stand still. Regardless of what they say about me. Regardless of if I fall, I will be crawling. But I'm not made to quit. The one that is inside of me haven't told me to quit. I won't quit. I won't quit. Now, what you need to do to not to quit, you need perseverance. Perseverance will unlock blessings. I'm telling you that the potential is in the design. The one that designed you, that called you, that ordained you, that created you in your mother's womb before you were formed, even in your mother's womb, he has already put a potential in you before you are released. You may believe with me or not, but Lael today, it's unleashing potential. It's what just happened to her. Potentials unleashed. She can't come back lower than she is today no more. But perseverance will unlock blessings. That which is already trapped. Because when you give up before the time, the blessing will come. But when you endure a little bit more, the darkest moment, the heaviest attack, you are about to roll into, and testimony will always be your portion. Perseverance will protect spiritual integrity. I will move ahead. Perseverance will allow individuals to fulfill divine assignment despite temporary weariness. You will be worried. You will be tired. You feel like giving up. But when you persevere, they say if you do not give up, giving up is that you stop persevering. You stop enduring. And then you welcome defeat. And you sit down defeated. What did I say? That when you are not a failure because you fail. No. You are not a failure because you failed twice, 3 times. You become a failure when you fail and refuse to rise again. That's when you become a failure. That's when you become a failure. Let me tell you dangers of quitting. You miss miracles when you quit. You're giving up the right of a breakthrough. It means that you allow the trials to end. You know what soldiers do? Prisoners of war. They take them somewhere, they torture them. John McCain, the presidential candidate at one point that passed, he was at one point a prisoner of war. They torture them. They want to get some information that will lead them to defeat the other. But then when they run their mouth, they're betraying their country. And when the blood of nationalism is in them, they take the cane. That's a level of weeping to a point that your body will grow to it that you don't feel the pain no more. Perseverance will birth your miracle. But when you can't persevere, you end up, you quit. Zion, take care. Perseverance. Crucifying the confession. You crucify your confession when you let go too quickly. Testimonies become impossible because it's been crucified and killed when you fail to stand still through trial. Generational impact. You know, I used to say this before when I was talking about spiritual warfare in the 20th century. And it says certain things that I can never forget. It said you cannot be a prayer warrior and be a procrastinator. That is dangerous. A procrastinator can never be a prayer warrior. For the battle that you lose today is a battle lost forever. When they give it to you, you need to take every break and sit down until you roll into a breakthrough in prayer. But the battle that you lose today are battles that your children will have to face tomorrow. Tell you how it works. Then Solomon said that I have peace all over, there's no adversary or evil occurrence, right? Because the Father already did the battle for him. Had David shied away, Solomon would have war just like David war. But David fought the battles, so Solomon had peace all around him. Solomon had peace around him. Spiritual stagnation. Zion. Spiritual stagnation. When you turn back, you halt spiritual growth. And you leave a void in you that worldly solution cannot fill. Let me say how it works. When you are in serious situation, there are so many voices talking to you. And they are presenting to you different kind of options. But the options that are coming is soulish. It's not spiritual. And when you buy their option and you destroy your progress, there is a void there that the solution they offer you will never fill. Because it's soulish. It's worldly. It's carnal. It's carnal. But biblical references, if you go with me to, we did the Galatians 6:9. What about 1 Peter 4:19? Pull it up quickly if you can. 1 Peter 4:19. Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of God commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto faithful Creator. Don't give up. Give me Hebrews 12:1-3. Hebrews 12:1-3. Wherefore, seeing we also compass about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that was set before us. Give me the second one. Looking unto Jesus, author and finisher of our faith, for who by the joy that was set before him endured. Somebody say endured. The cross, despising the shame, and is set down. You see, without enduring and despising, you can't get to a place of sitting by the side of Father. And then there is a promise of harvest. There is no way that the seed you put in the ground, in the good ground, will not germinate and yield fruit. The Bible talks about it will take roots down and the fruit up. Now Paul gives us this divine guarantee. For in due season we shall reap if we fail not. The clause. The only reason that you may not reap is when you fail, when you quit. And quitters don't win, and winners don't quit. If you don't quit, you will reap. If you never quit, you will reap. That is the condition. It's guaranteed. And I'm telling you, now, reaping may not be what you put in the air and you get it back right immediately. I was saying some things about the character, the nature of seed. Three things, or maybe four. The seed will produce after its kind. And in the harvest contains the seed. The bulk that you reap out, you harvest out. In that bulk of harvest, the seed is there. And that is why I say, give bread to the eater and seed to the sower. You don't eat the bread and the seed. There will be no continuity of harvest when you eat the seed along with the bread. And the seed will produce after its kind. The seed itself will not produce the moment it jumps into. See, there's something there's something about the things of God, which is called eternity. I was listening to a program yesterday. That was another day, because that one is still I'm still jumping in my mind about that. Okay, when you put it down, it will not read immediately. It takes time. The time to nourish, the time to sow, the time to clear the sound. The sign. Let me say now. I'm looking at the time. I want to make sure I'm. You see, when we feel like giving, okay, here. When you put the seed in, you need time to nourish. You need time to water. You need time to manure. You need time to shave it. You need time to prune it. And then it will. So what are you doing around that time? It's a time of effort. It's a time of pain. It's a time of expectation. Then the profit will come. The harvest will come. But you don't put it down and it will come. It requires time. And they say seed, time, harvest. Those three things must take place. There's a seed. There's a time for growth, for maturity, and there's a time for harvest. All those three will come through. I'm a gardener and I know all that what makes. Another thing about seed, the Bible said that cast your bread upon the waters. It will come back to you after many days. There's a period. Now the period when my seed will yield harvest may be different from when your seed will yield harvest, depending on what kind of seed I put in the ground. Some people, sometimes it's the investment may be your seed that will bring profit. In the agrarian economy, you put a seed and you yield fruit. Now, but then in the fruit, there are certain things that will yield fruit for harvest within 3 weeks. If you plant something like kiwi, it might take 4 years. Like orange might take 5 years. But when the reward comes, it comes. But while you are planting and you are waiting, get engaged. And so that is why I said that when you plant in the morning, don't fold your hand in the evening, for you never know which one, this one or that one, that will all be profitable. So don't stand still. Keep getting busy. Start doing the work of God. If you are very busy, you won't even feel the impact of persecution. It will be more heavier on you when you are lazy, because you'll be looking at the time is tickling. Even if it's tribulation and you are busy, do you know that for those that are busy, time flies quickly? If you have to go up in the morning and start to and beg, by the time it's 12 o'clock in the morning, you think you have already done it till the 10 p.m. But people that are really working hard, they say, "Oh, time just flies." You cannot abandon the things of God and you cannot give up. Now, let's shift focus. We need to be able to shift our focus from problem to provider. I say instead of problem, I will say let's shift our focus from lack to the one that can quench lack. What do you lack? You lack peace. You lack health. You lack financial resources. You lack acceptance because you have been rejected, cast out, ostracized, and you yearn for acceptance. You lack that. Why not take it all to God, the one that can meet all the lacks? You call it trouble, I call it lack. How do we keep going when we have nothing left in the tank? Look at Philippians 4:13. He said, I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. The strength does not come from my own will. The strength of Elijah got exhausted when he wanted to die. At the place of his near end is the place where God turned it around. He's looking at you. He knows you are struggling. It's not that your tank is almost at empty. I was driving down today and my tank was like, I was telling me, I said, look, I don't like going too late because you let me leave a little bit late today, but I still need to buy gas. And my gas was E. It was about to touch E. I was pushing forward to see how close I can get to. Otherwise, I'll be calling somebody, go get jerry can for me. I have to branch to buy gas. But you can't run on E. So if your tank is on E, you need to call him that ordained you. You need to call him. Even if he doesn't ordain you to ask you to go into business and you're going through business failure, the ability to go to God and cry for help shows that you are vulnerable and you are depending on him alone. There's no any other option for you because worldly option will leave you dry and hang and dry. When you say, I can't take it anymore, you are absolutely right. You cannot do it alone, but when you surrender your weaknesses to him, his power is ready. When Peter folded the nets in the early morning and said, there's nothing here, the Lord said, drop in the nets for catch. He couldn't drag it out. Will you take it to God today? Whatever it is that you are going through, whatever, he sees you. Be strong and take courage. Do not cry or be dismayed, for the Lord will go before you, and his strength will show you the way. Why won't you let him wipe away your tears? He knows he's been through pain before, and he knows exactly what you are going through. And so he's saying to you today, be strong and take courage. Be strong and be courageous. Worship team can come now. For the Lord that lives he that lives in you today will be strong in you today. For the one who lives within you will be strong in you today. Be strong and take courage. Do not fear nor be dismayed. For the Lord will go before you, and his strength will show you the way. So be strong and take courage. Do not fear nor be dismayed. For the one who lives within you will be strong in you today. That is the strength that will take you to the finishing line. Not your own power. Your power is like drinking coffee. You will jump with power and you flab immediately. You know, sometimes it's different between drinking coffee or espresso, right? Yeah. You jump in the morning before, but in 2 hours, But when you take juice have the potential to let you go a little bit longer. But what we are saying is that not espresso, but God so. If it is true God, your strength will last and it will take you to the finishing line. And the enemy that is whispering your defeat will be disappointed at your victory. So is your portion in the name of Jesus. So if you're looking at marriage, you're looking at business, you're looking at being ostracized, and they say you are a minority and they come against you, and you start one business and people are laughing at you. Hey, I said to you, don't give up. Don't give up. In the name of Jesus Christ. You can never give up. You are not meant to give up. The one that lives in you is an undefeated warrior. David knows this much. He said that the one that rescued me from the bear and from the lion, it will be with me. And this uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of those. Do not give up. You have a greater thing, because the sign is already made, and he has put in you the ability to win. It's not just you. When you are tired, call the one that called you. And don't be afraid to talk to your father. For I have a Father, Almighty Father.
He is King of kings and Lord of lords. I have a Father.
You have a Father.
I have a Father. Almighty Father. He is King of kings and Lord of lords. I have a Father.
If you are here today and you know that something needs to be set right, you seem to be losing steam, and energy start to kind of fail. He said he will strengthen you by his spirit in your inner being. At one point, he needs to come and give me the fresh dose so that I can continue to go. But learn for me and my ability, I'm nearing to the end. I have a Father.